Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. The Edmonton Oilers have tied the series with a 4-3 overtime victory in Vancouver tonight. So we head back to Edmonton for games 3 and 4, tied 1-1. A special thank you to everyone who joined us on the Rig 72 live stream on the channel tonight. Thank you. It was so much fun just talking with you guys throughout the game, and it was a little bit of a difficult one. The Oilers had to claw their way back. They didn't have the lead until overtime when they finally took it home, but yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Might be doing Game 3 on Sunday. I'll confirm later on this weekend, but wanted to give a shout out to everyone. Darcy, our crystal ball on the stream there, and everyone who joined us tonight. Thanks, guys. It was really appreciated having all of you, and a special thanks, of course, to my co-host Toff for hosting Rig 72 tonight. We get to celebrate our first Rig 72 in a long time with a big playoff overtime win for the Edmonton Oilers. Coming into tonight, the question marks were we going to see Leon Draisaitl, Adam Henrique return to the lineup. Both of them do. Leon Draisaitl comes in and has an absolutely massive night for the Oilers, factors in on all 4 goals. He scores the first one, assists on the other 3, including the overtime winner. So getting Leon Draisaitl back, a huge boost for this team tonight. Like I said off the top, they never led in this hockey game until overtime. They were playing catch-up, but each time the Vancouver Canucks scored, the Oilers were able to answer back, and they played much, much better than they did in Game 1. This was a game they absolutely had to win. Mentioned it a few times tonight. If the Oilers fall in this one, they got to take 4 out of 5 the rest of the way. Certainly not an easy thing to do, but with this big overtime win, they go back to Edmonton with some momentum for games 3 and 4, where they can hopefully take a commanding series lead, or at the very worst, at least get a split back in Edmonton. But for now, this was a huge, massive win for this team. Connor McDavid also coming through huge. He gets the third period tying goal tonight. Matthias Ekholm scores his second of the playoffs. McDavid, Draisaitl, they drive the Oilers, and they drove them tonight. Connor McDavid, a goal and 3 assists tonight, I think, for him as well. Yeah, so it was the big guns getting it done for the Edmonton Oilers tonight, and this was a game they absolutely had to have. And when you're in a situation like that, you need your big guns to step up, and they came through huge for this team tonight. The Vancouver Canucks, of course, giving the Oilers all they can handle. They weren't as impressive as they were in Game 1, I thought, but the Oilers kept this one much more even-keeled. Final shots in the hockey game, the Oilers getting ahead in the third period, 31-19, outshooting the Canucks 15-2 in the third, so that was really the difference. The shots were actually, I think, ahead for the Canucks after 2, but outshooting the Canucks 15-2 in the third period certainly helped to sway things the Oilers' way. The playoffs are here, and my friends over at Deflect Apparel have everything you need to help cheer on the Oilers in their run for the Stanley Cup. They even have your furry fans covered too. Check them out at deflect.net and use the code FANATIC20 at checkout for 20% off your order. Check out more in the description below, and stay tuned for upcoming contests. They did lose their 100% perfect penalty kill tonight. The Canucks going 1 for 3, so the Oilers did kill off the other 2. Of course, the Oilers also going 1 for 3. To start this hockey game, traded power play goals. Nikita Zadorov was all over everything for the Canucks tonight. Really chatty with the refs. He scores a huge goal. Nikita Zadorov's goal is definitely going to be talked about in Oil Country for one that Stuart Skinner has to have. He just sneaked it in off of Skinner's back into the net. Skinner has to have that post. There's a bit of a chat in the stream tonight. Should Skinner lose the net to Calvin Pickard? I don't think at this point, especially only giving up 3 goals, but a couple questionable ones. But we have to remember at the same time that Skinner was absolutely massive against the LA Kings. So he's had a little bit of up and down, and there's some ones that he has to save that he hasn't so far. And certainly in Game 1, the team had to be better in front of him. They were better in front of him tonight, and there's still definitely another level that this team has to get to in Games 3 and 4, but for now, we will definitely take this 1-1 series tie. But as I mentioned a few times here, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid, the real keys for the Oilers tonight. Taking a look at the rest of the stats, the Oilers were doing better on the faceoff dot to start the hockey game. The Canucks kind of took that one over, it seems. I remember, reading the stats while I was watching the game, and they were a little bit higher for the Oilers, but to end the game, the Canucks 52.2% on the faceoff dot, the Oilers 47.8%, so pretty close overall. Like I said, both teams 1 for 3 on the power play, both teams with 10 penalty minutes. The Canucks out hitting the Oilers 43-26, so that's a department the Oilers have to pick up a bit more. The Canucks are a big team, and the Oilers have to play big at least. I know they're not as big as the Canucks. They got a few guys, obviously, that can throw their weight around, but Oilers simply have to do it more. The Canucks with 19 blocked shots tonight to the Oilers 7, trying to help out Sheloffs any way they can, but the Oilers still find a way to get 4 pucks past them once again. The Oilers with 7 giveaways to the Canucks 4, and the Oilers with 3 takeaways to the Canucks 7. So that's the story of this one tonight, guys. A little bit of shaky goaltending from Stuart Skinner at times, but he also came up with some huge saves along the way. And Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, they both struggled in Game 1. We thought Draisaitl was hurt, but he seemed to be okay tonight, playing on a great line with McDavid and Hyman. We'll see if they keep those guys together going forward. I imagine coming off a win, they probably will remain together for Game 3, but we'll see what happens there. The Oilers' big guns at the end of the night, getting it done. A big 4-3 overtime victory for the Oilers, and we've got a tied series heading back to Edmonton. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.